Hello and welcome to Celebrity Natal Charts. Today we are going to be looking at the chart of Ellen DeGeneres, um, whose chart I had pulled up just a second ago, but is gone now. So Astro Theme says that she is born January 26, 1958. Um, She is an American actress, stand up comedian, and currently the Emmy Award winning host of the syndicated talk show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show. She is a Sun Aquarius, rising Pisces, and a bunch of other stuff. And I'm going to look her up on somewhere else. Because, okay, here we go. Yeah, so this is pretty much the same thing. American comedian, television host, actress, writer, and television producer. She was the star in the popular sitcom Ellen from 1994 to 1998 and her syndicated talk show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, since 2003. Her stand up career started in the early 1980s, culminating in a 1986 appearance on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, who likened her to Bob Newhart and invited her for an on screen chat after her set. She has won 13 Emmys, 14 People Choice Awards, and numerous other awards for her work and charitable efforts. Oh, cool. I'll applaud for Ellen. Okay, so she is from someplace in Louisiana, Mediterranean, Louisiana. Didn't know that she was from Louisiana. That's kind of interesting. And she also has a rising Pisces. Interesting. January 26th, 1958. Birth time accuracy, it says excellent. So says this website, Astrostyle. Um, yeah. So she's like a weird Aquarius. I mean, like, the thing is, I am always saying that Paris Hilton is my quintessential Aquarius. And maybe amongst like billionaires, she's like a freaky weirdo, like eccentric. But like to most other people, like to have um somewhat an obsession with like nostalgia and even your own heyday, I think is very millennial. But I think honestly, Ellen DeGeneres is sort of a quintessential Aquarian character with her short, full like haircut, like it's blonde, like the full card and everything. And I'm always saying that Pisces are blondes, so. And she has Pisces in the first house because she has a rising Pisces, and this is the Aquarius rising Pisces um, video. And from her being from Louisiana, I don't know, like maybe there is some type of like spiritual connection between her, that area, her father's side of the family, or like whatever religious influences she has in her life come from her father's side of the family. Aries in the second house means that she's like very angry about money. She also has like a moon, I believe. I was like moon hopefully in Aries and not also in Pisces. um, which says that like very emotional and frustrated and angry about her finances, and her resources. More so to me, it's like, I chose to sell long sleeve shirts and they chose to sell short sleeve shirts and they're selling more short sleeve shirts than my long sleeve shirts and it kind of makes me pissed off about it, and emotional. And then her third house in Taurus, it's like she's always talking about finances and money and how to grow her finances. So she might be a little bit like um, inappropriate in talking about money with about people, like just the valet or somebody that it's just like inappropriate to have a financial conversation with or a conversation about finances with. Um, I have a stereotype about Leos, which is Aquarius's opposite sign, where it's like they sort of like to embarrass the help. So if they're like at a maybe feel so uncomfortable by being around someone who's chosen to be like a waiter, for a career, that they she starts talking about, oh, well, college you go to, oh, well, I could help you pay to go to college and like save you from this horrible life that you've chosen, where it's like maybe a little bit wanting to be philanthropic, but is like super condescending. Um, which this is just what's coming to me in the chart. But then fourth house in Gemini means that she'll like live with her family, live with her children. Her children will live with her. Um, fifth house in Cancer says like her relationship to her mother is sort of an obstacle in her life. Um, maybe I don't know. Like she speaks pretty well, I guess, but maybe her mother has some type of like accent, or her father has some sort of accent that made like communication difficult and distant. Whether if it's just like an inability to talk about certain subject matter or whatever. And then her mother presented herself to be an obstacle in her life, and the way that she overcame her as an obstacle, or will or should, is by being famous. With the sixth house in Leo, who else? Someone else has a chart like this. I guess they have the whoever is a Pisces rising Pisces. It was like, was that James Hong? Um, where it's just like, oh, your mom is like blocking you from achieving things in life, and how do you do that? How do you overcome that? By being famous. So sixth house in Leo, and then also has Uranus in Leo too. So it's like very auspicious, supercharged. So there is a lot of things that are very Leo about her. Um, and then she might have like an alter ego that she like tells the people that she's like a Leo. And Pluto in Virgo. Um, Pluto in Virgo, what does that mean? Um, when the thing is the most obvious, it's like, oh, what does that mean? So confusing. But Pluto in Virgo, I mean, I guess like she kills a lot of her competition. Like as far as like her work, and other comedians and people. Had a talk show since 2003. Uh, so and then so that's the fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, seventh house, the Pluto. So yeah, also like I guess I don't know, Portia something is her partner maybe. Um, she don't know her sign, but if she is a Virgo or has a lot of like Virgo energy in her chart, they make a good match. But then also, like I said, and I was actually thinking about this earlier, uh, you know, um, the seventh house is like love affairs and like hookups and like brief relationships. And maybe with all her positioning, she prefers that to be with people who are like not famous, or like working class, or like laborers, like construction work, kind of like I don't know, like the village people, like construction workers, maids, and even if they're not a maid, like dressed up like a French maid or something, or dressed up like a construction worker. Virgos, like worker people in the service industry, like naughty nurses, and um, other things, and that's what she likes. But I guess like as far as like a partner goes, she'd be more attracted to the energies in her ninth house, of like long term relationships and luck and joy and happiness and Jupiter. Okay, so seventh house Virgo, she likes to fuck people in maid outfits, and now we have in her eighth house of Libra. So she like as I says an Aquarius, she like acts very much like Megara. Like I'll never say that I love you. I don't believe in love, but ultimately what she wants the most is like a loving, beneficial relationship where they're like singing songs like Maria and Sound of Music, and that's in her eighth house, and then her ninth house of Scorpio. So like what energies would be the best like long-term relationship partner that's just not a fly-by-night love affair with someone dressed up as a construction worker, would be someone with a lot of Scorpion energy in their chart. She also has Jupiter and Neptune in Scorpio. And so this means that like a Scorpio is probably like very like integral into getting her on television. Uh, Jupiter, it says that she was like very lucky to get her opportunities. Johnny Carson seems like he would have like Scorpion energy, late night talk show host, but I don't know. Maybe we'll look it up in a second. Uh, and then her 10th house, Sagittarius. So Sagittarius, it's like, like I said, like Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Bette Midler, these people that become, that kind of transcend, uh, whatever's that they're doing, and they become like more of a genre. And Ellen, I would say that too, because like, I don't know, I was watching all these videos where they're like saying like, oh, she's like really rude and makes her guests feel uncomfortable. And I was like, oh yeah, she's a comedian. That's like her joke. Like she's like pestering them. Like that's like the joke. Which I don't know. I guess it was wrong. I like the one that she did with Michelle Obama, and they're like at CVS, and she was like giving her hell, and I was like, yeah, she's like being a jerk. Like this is obviously a bit. It's like not real. She's a comedian, a clown. And it's kind of like Sagittarius, like a page, like like I said, like the page boy haircut, like it's kind of her destiny, blonde, fiery, whatever. But it's also somewhat of a limitation for her with like Mars and Saturn and Sagittarius, where it's like she might uh be pulling the reins back on the horse of her success, where she's like, I don't want to go here, don't want to do that, I don't want to be like the first person on Mars, for no like financial reason, for no good money. And which I feel like is also communicated in her what is this? Scorpio 9th house, Sagittarius 10th house, Capricorn 11th house. So she probably talks to her friends about it a lot. What is this? Capricorn should be her 12th house. No, 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 because she is an Aquarius rising Pisces. So Aquarius is her 12th house and Capricorn is her 11th house. And she has Mercury in her 11th house of Capricorn. So she even probably talks about this, like, I don't want to be the first comedian on Mars because, like, they're not going to pay me extra for having been the first comedian on Mars. And then Aquarius is in her 12th house with her son. So, like, there's something about, like, the way her looks make her sad. And then her love language, or sort of like her attraction language, is also like sadness as well. Like, oh, we should just be friends. We can't really be together. I'm too famous with the Venus in her 12th house as well. And also, Chiron, such a complicated chart. It's a lot of sadness here. Chiron also in her 12th house of Aquarius, where it means that, like, she might help other people develop like good relationships and friendships, help other people have like spiritual connections, and she might even be like somewhat like a psychic medium sort of thing, but people don't confirm things for her, or it's not reciprocated properly. Chiron, I always say it's like uh, you being a really great photographer and taking great pictures of your friends, and them not being able to take great pictures of you, or sometimes vice versa, whatever, in certain subjects. So if her Chiron was in Leo, it's like she's really good at pushing people to the forefront, into the spotlight, and making people famous. With it being in Aquarius, it's like she's really good at like pushing people into the forefront and like making people good friends, yet she has yet to find these good friends for herself. Okay. So that's what I see for Ellen the DeGeneres. Let's look up a couple things. Let's not leave so many cliffhangers. And I was like rewatching some of the videos. I'm like, there's so many like things I like reference and then never call back to. Oh, Tim Allen. Yeah, like Tim Allen. I was like, Tim the Toolman Taylor. I was like, I don't care. Who cares? It's just a psychic message. Who cares? October 23rd. Is that Scorpio? Libra? Almost Scorpio. October 23rd. Scorpio, yeah. So confirmed, astrology confirmed in this video. I was like, oh, some Scorpio is really like integral into her getting onto television, and Johnny Carson is Scorpio, got on television. I'm sure he's not the only one. But yeah, that, and then let's see. I also want to see Ellen's DeGeneres, her her Chinese sign. What her sign is in Chinese? Dog. Okay, super compliment. So the thing about the lunar zodiac is that all of them are very like complimentary and kind, and they don't like read as an instant insult. Like when you ask like, "Oh, what's Ellen DeGeneres's um lunar zodiac sign?" and it's like dog. So she's born in the year of the dog. Um, I think that the dog is comparable to Libra. Like if you ever had a dog, they like to sing and stuff. Like when people sing, they usually try to join in some way. Um, let's see what the internet says. I think Pisces is more comparable to the rabbit, if that's even. Because sometimes I know like the rabbit and the cat are like switched out or whatever. What does it say about dogs? Chinese dog zodiac have a mix of being loyal, honest, caring, just, diligent, and devoted. Understanding these dog traits help us appreciate the unique qualities that shape their personalities and interactions with the world. Oh, how interesting. Um, the years of the dog include 1946, 1958, 1970, 1982, 1994, 2006, 2018, 2030, 2042. The dog is man's good friend who can understand the human spirit and obey its master, whether he is wealthy or not, is what that says. So that is DeGeneres. Maybe she likes to dress up like a dog maid or something. Who knows? No shame, no shame here. But so that's been my analysis of Ellen DeGeneres' natal chart. Thank you so much for listening, and I look forward to speaking at you in my next video. Bye.